Now, thank you, Jeff. For the past 2 months, Coronation Street has been tackling a domestic abuse storyline between two characters, Todd and Theo.
But tonight's groundbreaking episode involving hidden cameras, CCTV, dash cams and video doorbell footage. Will Theo's abuse finally be exposed? Take a look.
I've got wine.
Do you know, I can't remember being this happy, ever.
You don't know what goes on behind people's closed doors.
I need you to tell me everything, Todd.
Open up, it's the police.
Yeah, I'm going to watch the match.
Gareth Pearce, who plays Corrie's Todd, joins us now. Gareth, not only are you tackling... Well, all praise to the Corrie writers for this, because not only are you tackling a domestic abuse storyline, but I've never seen a same-sex domestic abuse storyline. So a lot of responsibility on your shoulders there.
Definitely. I mean, you know, from an acting perspective, you definitely want those kinds of challenges. But yeah, like you say, I think Corrie's got a great history of giving visibility to, you know, people that may feel like they're not always represented on screen.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, you've got, I think, a domestic violence storyline that people will see parallels in, whether they're women or men. But obviously, yeah, it is a first for Corrie, as far as I'm aware, that we're shining a light on an LGBTQ plus domestic abuse story.
They are so good at doing this, like historically. Because Corrie, what I love about Corrie so much is the light and the shade of Corrie. Like, you get these unbelievably comic moments, great comic characters.
Yeah.
And then the gear change and how they slowly develop a story, and it always seems so well-researched and so developed and so well thought through. So when did you first find out you were doing this, and what was the sort of the stages of preparation for it?
So with a larger storyline like this, they will perhaps talk to the actors involved, you know, a little way in advance. So I suppose maybe, probably a year and a half, slightly longer ago, I knew that this was potentially on the horizon. But like you've just touched upon, it's the storylining team, the production team, the writers, that they're so clever in the ways that they build to a story like this. Because the point is, if they hadn't made Todd a more likeable character in the previous 2 years, then probably we'd have thrown him into the storyline, and the audience might not have been quite as sympathetic or quite as much on the journey with him, because he has got a manipulative streak in his past as well. But you know, I don't always know the arc that far ahead, but the team do, and they've paced this brilliantly, really.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, because they've captured all the, you know, the subtleness leading up to the domestic abuse as well. And how important was that to capture on screen? You know, the subtleness of domestic abuse when he's really digging you out in front of people and...
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, that is, again, credit to the pacing by the team, really. You've got that sense of, it's crept up on Todd, hasn't it? And so there's some isolation going on away from his friends and family, but also some kind of, I suppose, emotional manipulation and gaslighting that's creeping in.
Yeah.
And then these quite shocking moments of volatility, of anger from Theo, where... you know, Todd is really, really fearful, and unfortunately those are ramping up and becoming more common now.
Gareth, did you do any research for this, or do you choose to just... It's always interesting with actors. Some of them like really want to go deep dive, and some actors just want to embrace the script and just the text.
Yeah, I mean, we've got brilliant advisors on a storyline like this anyway. So Stonewall and Gallup are the two main LGBTQ plus charities that have been advising us on the storyline, but also, I suppose, some of the ways that domestic abuse in a same-sex relationship might be slightly different. And so, yeah, absolutely, you listen and take all of that in. And then, you know, as I said, we don't always know the full arc, and so whereas in a drama you might know exactly where it ends.
Yeah.
You have to really do your prep, definitely, but I think be quite present and open to where the scene could go as well. Like James and I have been finding that, James plays Theo, we've been finding that on the floor quite often as well, because like you say, it's that subtlety and nuance.
Yeah, how's he doing? Because that's not an easy part for him to be playing.
Definitely. I mean, credit to James, you know, coming in and playing a part like that you know will be increasingly disliked as you see those less appealing aspects of the character is really tough, and he's been brave and committed from the off, really.
It's been filmed quite uniquely, though, hasn't it? It's all been done through the eyes of, like, CCTV cameras that your character has put up himself. Is that right?
Yeah, in tonight's ep, yeah. So I think the last time you'll have seen Todd on screen was not Friday gone, but the previous Friday. After one of those moments of volatility from Theo, Todd has gone off and he comes back with a couple of framed photos of them trying to calm the waters, but actually the reveal then is that they've got hidden cameras in these frames. So we're now in this evening's episode seeing what's happened in the previous week, basically, and what's been captured on those. So it's all hidden cameras, CCTV, Ring doorbells, other doorbell manufacturers are available, police body cam footage and things as well. So it will be very different to what people expect Corrie to look like.
We've actually got a little clip that we're going to play now, just to show you how different it is.
What were you thinking?
I wasn't.
Well, clearly you weren't. You're all talk. Todd, you know what? You go on about looking after my mental well-being. All of a sudden I come home, find you and her, you know, on the lash, having a laugh, drinking wine.
She just turned up.
Yeah, and you let her in, didn't you?
Yeah, because, I mean, what else was I supposed to do?
Tell you you're busy. I don't know. What do you want me to start thinking for you now? Come on.
No, of course I don't, all right? I'm sorry, I should have... That won't happen again.
Turn that off first, then. Oh, and by the way, Gary's coming over.
Gary?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're going to watch the match.
Football?
Oh, yeah.
Well...
So cleverly done. So good. It's like you feel like you're in the room.
Yeah, that's definitely what they've looked to do, really. Matt Hilton, that directed this episode, he's brilliant on the floor with crew and with cast. You know, you get really great direction and actor notes, but he's really brave visually as well. Like, he's the perfect director for this type of episode because, yeah, like you say, you do... I worried that it might make you feel a bit further away from the action, but I still haven't watched the full episode. I'm watching that tonight, but the clips I've seen, it's actually having the opposite effect, where you feel like you're a bit too close and you're eavesdropping on something that you shouldn't really be seeing. One of the things they did actually was put the ceilings in. So on our sets, usually, there's no ceiling, so that you've got the lights, and you know, the lighting team can be quite particular about the way it's lit. But because of the low angles, and James is quite tall as well, that plays Theo, then we've got the ceilings on, and that really does add to that claustrophobia.
Oh, yeah, I bet. Well done. I mean, seriously, it's such a brave, gutsy thing to do, and the whole team of, you know, it's just even the way they've embraced it. Hey, before we let you go, I used to love a show called Hinterland that you were in. It was such a beautiful... Because it was a Welsh language show originally, wasn't it? Is Welsh language your first language?
Yes, it is, yeah. I mean, I grew up bilingual, really, speaking both. And then...
Where are you from? North Wales?
Yeah, North Wales, Pwllheli. Shout out to Pwllheli. But yeah, in Gwynedd, you will very much grow up speaking both by osmosis, really. Both my parents speak Welsh as well. But then we moved around quite a lot because my dad was in the military then later on, sort of in my teenage years. So I suppose, yeah, people don't always twig that I'm Welsh when they hear me speaking English, but I do sound very Welsh speaking
Hinterland, ever see it?
Welsh, but yeah, Hinterland was...
detective drama. It's gorgeous.
I'm a big fan of North Wales. I love Llandudno.
It's
great.
I was talking about Llandudno with Grace earlier as well, actually.
It's lovely. The beaches are unreal, absolutely unreal.
You can see the mountains as well, isn't it? But no, definitely Hinterland was... it was pretty groundbreaking in terms of... It was... There'd been lots of brilliant shows by Fiction Factory, that production team, that hadn't quite exported themselves because they were in Welsh, and on that we were filming back to back. It was confusing for the actors sometimes, though, because whatever language you finished a setup in, you started the next setup, and then you'd go, which one are we doing now, in Welsh or English?
We're a big fan of North Wales, big fan of Team Gareth Pearce.
And Gareth, thank you for tackling such a topic that more people need to talk about, and especially for the community as well. So, thank you for tackling that topic. And doing a really good job of it as well. Absolutely. No, I think, I'm realising from my supermarket shop and messages that there are, unfortunately, people seeing parallels in this. So it's just so important that you signpost those charities, Stonewall and Gallup, and Respect UK for men and women who might find themselves in this situation, and obviously Women's Aid and Refuge as well, because still overwhelmingly so many victims are women. Thank you. Thank you, Gareth.
Coronation Street continues tonight, 8 o'clock on ITV1 and ITVX.